Truth Man here. So we getting ready to put these trolls on the grill. I got a comment troll, not the worst one. Something has agreed with me every blue moon, but this book of Jamie is a troll. This is definitely trolling. I'm gonna read it to y'all. I'm about to put the book of Jamie on the grill, and then I'm gonna put some cheese on top. When I take you off the grill, I'm gonna put some cheese on there. I'm gonna put a couple seasonings on there. Yeah, it's your turn. Let me tell y'all, and let me read this. The book of Jamie responded to my video. The Truth Man was 100% right on all this stuff. I understand your wife's point. There's something really wrong with any person who cannot keep a job. You're there to do a job and to go TF home. Yeah, okay. That woman would say that. The only point of having a job is to provide a lifestyle, not to like or hate the boss, not to be friends or enemies with your coworkers. It's for dollars and dollars only. Okay. How many of y'all put in the comments know that jobs ain't like this no more? Know that all people got to do is find out something about you that you don't even tell them, and it's going to be fireworks. You vote for Trump, you don't even talk about politics at work, but somebody else thinking that this is how it be. Somebody that you cool with think that these other people is cool with you like they are. And so they don't mean to do it sometime, but it happens. They bring up stuff you said. To them. Not to these other people, to them. And that's where it jumps off. That's where it jumps off. So so since you want to take up for her, let's go back to when she was pregnant with my oldest son, and she quit her job. She quit her job. Didn't ask me, didn't say nothing. She quit her job. Let the woman run her right off the job. That woman was overbearing. But they was trying to put her somewhere else. Let me show you why. And I explained it to people like this. The jobs I quit because I had to quit. Because either I was going to get fired or because the job was trying to stand in the way of my manhood. Look, I could sell dope. I could be a stick-em-up kid. I could go work somewhere else. There's so many things you could do. Why would you let somebody humiliate you on a job? This ain't the 80s. Why would you let somebody... Then people always talking about that, go home and stuff. Everybody don't have that option, man. Some people are just flat out at war on their job. Everybody can't just do the job and go home. And who said I can't keep a job? I've been doing what I'm doing now for 5 years. Who said I can't keep a job? Really? No, I've been doing this for 6.5 years. Don't sound like somebody that can't keep stable work to me. I've been doing YouTube for this channel for 6 years. Almost 7. See, this book of Jamie is just talking to hear herself talk. You still ain't told me if you married. You still ain't told me about your husband's personality. Is he passive? If he's passive, and let you get away with everything, then you ain't got no voice. And he ain't got no balls. Let me go over here. Hold on, y'all. Working a job ain't the same. And do not ever in your life compare a woman to a man. I'm 6'2". I weigh 295, and it ain't all fat. So there's going to be a slew of people that is going to be secretly intimidated. That's one group. Then you got the narrow-minded people who ain't got no life, so they think they got clout because they've been at the job. So they think that what they say goes, whether it's sports, politics, whatever it is. People will hate you for, you ain't even got to talk to them. Like, all that, do your job and go home. That only works if the people that you work for or work with allow it to work. That's the only way. Because some of the people that's doing that, they go to another job and them people will run you right off the job. He too funny acting. Like, we don't need nobody like that around here. Or whatever they say. Whatever they say. These people, let me show y'all what they do. These people literally have, because they know I got a family, they think they can just treat me any kind of way and I'm just going to sit back and take it and keep coming to work. You'll be dead and your wife will be screwing somebody else, faking like they your kid's dad. You will be stressed to death. And she'll just move on. And your little stay-at-home wife will go get a job as soon as you leave or as soon as you die. But she won't be helping you. I know y'all heard the story. I'm trying to think. He was a 47-year-old man. And he was working his butt off, right? He was working his butt off. And he told her he got to slow down. He started getting older. He said, I got to slow down. You know, it's getting, it's not the same no more. This. She was hiding money from him. She had over $40,000 and she wasn't telling because she was listening to her single mama who told her that don't tell him about all your money and this, that, and the other. So he found out, I forgot how he found out. Either she told somebody, somehow he found out. And he was distraught. He was distraught. He said, I'm working this hard and you had that much money and you didn't help me. And he moved in with his brother and he ended up divorcing that lady. And I don't blame him. I would have too. See, this double standard gotta go. This is why y'all do not need to marry most of these women. This is why marriage, for most men, should be off the table. Off the table. Because of their double standards and because of the bias when the relationship goes wrong. You the worst person now. I'm the worst person now. I'm the worst person. Y'all already know. And I'm not going to say if I did or didn't. I'm just going to play. I'm going to play along with it. Any woman that makes you wait for 4.5 years to have sex, that's sexual abuse. And most dudes would have cheated. And I dare you to do that to somebody else. But karma coming to her anyway. She called me a fake prophet, everything. And she don't even know. I'm not telling her. I'm not telling her because I'm not playing to her emotion. I'm not going to tell her I did it. I'm not going to tell her I didn't. Simple as that. Now go do whatever you going to do. And I dare you to bring a dude to that house while I'm there. I dare you. You think you tough? You think he tough? Bring a dude over there while I'm there. And it ain't even about whether or not I care about her. That's respect. You done disrespect me enough. So if you start bringing people to the house while I'm there, or while I could come in, click, that's going to be a problem for him. He ain't going to even want you no more. That's going to be a problem. See, when you do stuff like this, how people is now, and this is a point that we making with this job thing. And no, I'm not threatening nobody. But this is how people is now. When you, out of respect, keep your business to yourself. She been telling me, I can show y'all the text. I can't wait till we divorce. I'm ready for this and that. Blah, 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 blah. So what are we even talking about? Then she tried to pull that, I was thinking about going to Arizona. No, you wasn't. How long have I been talking about this? Ain't none of y'all thinking about going to Arizona. So I don't want to hear nothing about me being no deadbeat or me being this or me being that. Now, what if I would have did this stuff in her face? If I would have did something in her face, what if I would have did something in her face? See, y'all see the double-edged sword? If you show somebody respect by not doing something in their face, or you do something in their face, I'll give you another example. I done worked out here all night a couple times. I done fell asleep in the car trying to work. She at home sleep. Ain't checked on me. I could show you the call log. She ain't called to see if I could be dead out here. She ain't called nothing. Many days. I go through the room. She ain't saying nothing to me. Nothing. Now keep in mind, I ain't never cheated on her. But she could think with. For 4.5 years, I wasn't getting no sex. The only sex I was getting was when I watched porn and I tug of war. Tug of war with the sausage. 4.5 years. Didn't beat her, didn't cheat on her. She did that because of the polygyny belief. And that's nothing but the truth. When we had that disagreement about that, because I told her, I said, I've been telling her this since we was young, in our 20s. I ain't never had to go without sex. I'm not going without sex for no 8 months. If you not sick or nothing. This is what I told her. Been telling her this. I also was telling her that I shouldn't always have to initiate sex with you. What's that about? Been telling her this. She just disregard. Everybody want to bring up the Bible, want to take away my manhood, like I talked about a couple days ago, biting out of my manhood. I got all my manhood back. People taking chunks out of your manhood at these jobs, in these marriages, at these churches. They taking chunks out of your manhood. And you wonder why some of these dudes' testosterone level so low. Hey, listen, man, mine ain't. My testosterone level ain't low. It's not. Stop listening to these women, man. Watch this. If a woman puts you down sexually, You ain't gonna know if it's true or not unless you get it from somebody else, or unless you jagging. Talking about there's something wrong with a person, can't keep a job. I could even go by how they just did my little sister. That wasn't right. But people will say she can't keep a job. Like she got into it with my mother, and my mother tried to pull out. I had to tell her, no, they was over there messing with her. Because I used to be on the phone with her. And I know the dude that was the reason she got fired. I used to be on the phone with my cousin and with her, and I hear this dude, how he acts. He's a miserable dude, and that's what happens on a lot of these jobs. Just some of these people is just too miserable to be working alongside. They're going to either get you fired or you're going to be so tired of them you're going to want to quit. And all of these people that stand on these jobs, okay, how many of them is actually getting rich? Because look, I see the ATM balances. I always look at it. I told y'all, man, I'm just a little mess. I've looked at hundreds, maybe even thousands of ATM balance sheets, receipts. And I only saw like maybe 2 or 3 that had that cash on there. 6,000. One time dude had 19,000. Most of them be around 80, 200. These job working, these people who go to work every day, put up with all kind of nonsense and they ain't even get nowhere. That's how I look at it. I look at where I'm getting. All you doing is paying bills. You making life comfortable for somebody else, but you got to go through all type of stress to do it. And they don't even appreciate it. So, hey, Jamie, let me help you. Had the situation been this, us both working, grinding, trying to make it happen, I wouldn't have never quit. I would have put up with more from them jobs that I did quit. I would have put up with more. But the fact that I'm the only person working and you know what I'm dealing with these jobs and you don't try to help me, I'm like, whatever happened, happened. When I get tired of it, I'm going to just leave. It's all on me anyways. And I told them, like, when I turn 50, it's going to be a different ball game. And it has been. I'm not finna cater to people who don't appreciate it. I'm not. Now, when I'm by myself, as long as don't nobody try to garnish me for no alimony or no child support, and as long as I got a job that is not that much drama, it's not dangerous for me, certain factors come into play, I'll keep it. But I'm still not retiring from no job. Y'all heard my plan, right? I told y'all my plan. See, she just want me to be like her father, and I respect that man. But what he chose to do, that's him. That's him. He chose. Some people choose to work their whole life and they retire. I choose to be an entrepreneur. She want me to work. She don't care nothing. I'm telling you, women are trying to lie to you. They're trying to lie to you. Yeah, I want my own business, all this, all that. But then they don't do nothing to get it. And they be trying to gear you towards working jobs. That's another thing. Ask anybody when it feel like somebody trying to steal your dreams away. It feel like somebody trying to steal your dreams away. You trying to go this route, they want you to go this route. I worked that job. Yeah, I made $30 an hour. But listen, I was working there every day. They would treat me like dirt. I got 13 years experience. They were acting like I was on a level. The people that started with me didn't have no experience. They were trying to treat me like I was one of them. And people know me in the county. People know me. The county, the facilities know about the workers that work at each one. They ain't want to put no respect on my name. None. And every time I start standing on them, the inmates, they could go to them and then they be bothering me. And then another thing, when you ain't having no problems, right? They come with that little phone list garbage because they know that create problems. But the workers that wasn't on probation did not do it. The ones that's on probation, they made them do it, which made you a villain. Those dudes be up north, they used to using the phone whenever they want, but they want us to do a phone list. And with all the stuff that's going on, like you got time to sit and watch how long somebody on the phone. They should have let them dudes hide that phone. And then some of them dudes be cool as I don't know what until something go wrong with that phone. Them dudes wasn't the problem. I thought working in adult would be way worse than it was. What was making it bad is they had weak dudes with stripes. Most of the guys was cool. Sergeant O, cool, I hang with him out here. Cool, one of the coolest dudes ever. He was really trying to look out for me, but they had it in for me so tough. I mean, what could he do? He'll be bringing trouble on himself. That happened at DT. Same thing. Sergeant O was cool, man. I hang with him out here. He was a cool dude, man. And there was people like that at all the facilities. But it wasn't coming down to them. It wasn't coming down to them. It was coming down to people who had a problem. Just like this one sergeant. Now, I didn't hate him. I mean, he was all right sometime. But it's just the way he did things. Like, he'll come on the dorm and be nitpicking with you, but then when the other sergeant slapped that bottle out of dude's hand like that, and all the dudes over there like this with the fists up, talking about we finna stand together. They all was filing grievances. He came in and said, I don't give a fuck what happened. Excuse my language. That was his response. But with me, man, why do you got socks in his socks? His response was foul. And what she did was foul. Now, to her credit, she didn't have to do that, but she thought it was an emergency on that dorm because he accidentally called that dorm. I heard. And then you trying to write me up for using what I'm instructed to do by your lieutenants, by your instructor. You're not finna write me up because I don't know if he liked it. We'll call her Miss G. She was nice looking, boy. I don't know what he had going in his mind or with her, but he was visibly upset that she came in there and was tussling with dude. But they told us to just focus on getting the property together, starting the paperwork and stuff like that, and let the people who respond, let them handle it. That's what we was told. So what I look like, okay, during that week, I had to battle one night to go home. I had just got mandatory the night before. They's trying to mandatory me again. I'm like, I just got mandatory last night. It's impossible to be on me. So they check and then they call me back like they was all mad and stuff like, oh yeah, you can go home. I'm like thinking like, I know I can go home because it's not on me. And then people will be calling you like, I just saw a message. People be calling me like, can you take my overtime? No. See, when I was at the other facility, when you worked overtime, I don't know what happened, but overtime at that last facility just wasn't worth it. And then I had a off day pattern. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like the third week. Before that happened with him trying to write me up, remember, the day before, they tried to mandatory me. I don't know if it was somebody that, I got to go home. It was on them, but they like, I got to go home. So they tried to force me, thinking I'm going to just let them do it because I'm on probation. I stood on them like, nah, man, it ain't on me. I need to get up out of here, man. So they checked and they let me go. And I went out the door and left. But then I come in the next day. I'm like, yeah, I got this 3-day. I'm looking forward to the 3-day weekend. They hand me a slip. Took Friday. Then I come in, what is it? Thursday. The day I had the day before, was it the day before I had the car accident? I come in. They took Sunday. So all I got left is Saturday. I'm like, oh man. Cause they running everybody off. People quitting like, man, forget this. This ain't worth it. This is what they telling me. It's not worth it. You know, you would think them checks. This is what they saying. So everybody quitting. People quitting. Saying nothing is good enough. Quitting. Good dudes. Cool dudes. Going back to their old job, all type of stuff. So I guess there's something wrong with a person that I want you, Booker Jamie, to come to Milwaukee and go work at that house of correction. You better have a booty. You better be sucking some dick. Because if you not, they ain't gonna want you there. You better be real cool. So, people's quitting. So I'm dealing with all this, right? And they like we come out of the roll call room where we get lectured like a coach that's always down at halftime. That's what being in roll call was like. A coach that's always down at halftime. And I'm sitting in the front. So dude comes in there after that fight and everybody know that what happened, that it was my dorm basically. I don't barely have no problems on my dorms. He fronted me off in front of the whole room. Everybody looking at me. I'm like, I'm just taking it. I'm like, okay, I ain't got no plan on quitting. I'm just sitting there dealing with all of this. Writing, asking me, did you at least you wear your regular job? All type of emails. This a violation. I got the bubble guts and I was 6 minutes late and they was finna write me up for that. All type of stuff, man, going on. I said, skip this. I ain't finna make it. I went right to 7-Eleven. Kept wiping. You know, you gotta keep wiping with that bad tissue. Keep wiping. Make sure you don't stink and nothing like that. I'll go in there. I was 6 minutes late and it wasn't even my shift. I was mandatory then from 10 to 2. I got there at 10:06 and they wrote me up. So all of this going on, all of this. Now keep in mind, one of my dude I was the coolest with out there, they fired him over a remote control. He tried to go to third because they was cool on third. If I could have went to third, I probably would still be there. I mean, most of the lieutenants was cool, but it's just some of them was like they didn't handle situations well. And I'm experienced, so I could tell when you're not handling situations well. So he tried to go to third. They fired him so he couldn't go to third. Over a remote. Now get this. All of the non-probationary employees be giving those guys the remote. Only a few that don't. And they fired that man over that remote. So all of this is going through my mind, and now they picking with me. Fronting me off in roll call, taking all my off days. And I'm just taking it. I'm taking it. But when he told me he was finna write me up over doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm like, oh, this is a hopeless situation. I'm sitting in the locker room like, man, should I quit? What should I do? Sitting in the locker room. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And as I replay it in my mind, I said, if I keep working here, they're gonna fire me over some petty stuff, or I'm gonna get in trouble. So I went up there. I said, you ain't gotta write me up. I quit. Everything I told you, nothing but facts. Straight facts. Straight facts. One of my coworkers that I trained with, he told me that he practically suplexed the dude. They told me they didn't want me to touch him. Clearly they didn't know. Oh, hey, listen. Like one time, dude was getting mad because he was trying to teach me that little rollover move they do. But you gotta realize, man, my leg was messed up at the time. And not only that, but I can react to situations. Like I'm gonna use certain moves. If I was in a situation where I was on the ground, I'm not using that. That ain't gonna be my first move of choice. But I went along just to pass and whatever. And dude used to be cool. He started acting funny after that. I'm like, man, this dude ain't about nothing. Then the whole time I'm having a hip issue, and they want me to do a move where that hip is underneath on the mat. And if I tell them, what's going to happen? Oh, you ain't fit. You ain't physically fit. So I had to play it off. I had to play it off with that leg all through training. It got better, but I had to play it off. And sometimes I would sit in the chair so long, I had to play it off when I get out the chair and have a slight limp. So they won't think they got an advantage over me because it was 60-1. But people always, when it's not them, you can't keep a job. I've been working since I was 16. These jobs can't keep me. That's what it is. It's not me can't keep a job. They can't keep me because I'm a thinker and I got self-esteem and confidence. And I know a job don't make me. That's people who don't have no identity outside of their job and what they can get from that job. And now I'm finna focus on, now it ain't nobody to try to please. I'm about to focus on my business stuff. And watch, if I live and I'm healthy, I can show you better than I can tell you. Because I learned as a kid that the way you gonna get to the wealth is not getting paid a certain amount of money for the time. It's getting paid as much as you can for whatever you do. That's how you get the money, not getting paid for time. This is why a person can write a book and get more richer than somebody that worked a job their whole life. All it takes is for that book to hit the bestsellers list. And they done made $300,000 in 1 year from one book. And just like I got a restaurant, let's say, well, I'm saying that's crazy how that came out. Let's say I got a restaurant and I'm making $3,000 a day. Or no, let's do it like this. Let's say I got a restaurant and I'm making $6,000 a day and I'm holding on to $3,000. That means that I'm saving over $1 million per year. Show me a job that's going to pay you that besides the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and a few other jobs. People don't be knowing what they talking about. These jobs be paying $20 an hour. I could get that from one person. And then still sell the same product to 20 other people that same hour. Come on now. Jobs are for people who don't know what they want to do, like he said on that movie, and for people that don't know how to do math. Now, you can get somewhere if you don't buy nothing, but what's the point in working if you're not going to buy nothing? That's stupid. I agree with your wife. That book of Jamie been trying to shoot shots for months. I'm trying to figure out who this person is. Do I know you? Do I know you? But anyway, trying to hear that. Not trying to hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with a good job. Did I say it was? I said that with my plan and the money that I want to have, that's not going to work. That's just a stepping stone. But anyway, thank y'all for watching and keep tuning in for more videos. I may make another video. Stay tuned.